Roll20 or
D&D
D&D
Beyond.
We're rolling on the field.
Roll20 is just like a tabletop. Just think of it as like.
Okay.
Hey everyone, welcome back. We're going to continue our game, The Art of Conflict. This is session 2. Does everyone, so Manny, you were asking about where we're rolling. I think we all agreed we're just rolling however we want to, using D&D Beyond or whatever, right? I guess you can roll in Roll20 if you want, but let's get that done. So we are using Roll20 for the first time, so forgive any weird text stuff with that. So right now you're just in nowhere, and then very soon you're going to be stuff. Magical world. Let's do it right now. Are you ready? Y'all ready for this? Watch this magic. Ooh.
Ooh.
So we'll do a little bit of catch up first. Yes. Let's do it here so everyone sees now. I just put you at arbitrary places in here. So while I'm giving just the quick background, you can kind of move yourself wherever you want. It doesn't really matter where you start here, because we're just going to bring up the description of the last time. Okay, so during chapter 1, you all found yourself in Batista, a small artist community outside the great culturally rich city of Rosario, resident of artists and bringing much needed revenue to the village, artists, and keep Batista alive for another year. Times have been rough, but since last year a new rock star has made his home in the village, Phoenix Artifacts. His meteoric rise to fame in the last 2 years has made him the highest paid artist in the world, demanding huge sums for his commissions. His presence in the village has brought prosperity and hope to Batista. But all that changes when the village is attacked by a band of bandits and kobolds who seem to care about one thing, stealing Phoenix's artwork. The brave adventurers, that's you all, fend off the bandits along with the help of Don Fernando, the village's, that says quickie, but it's quirky, unofficial mayor, and even overcome a troll in doing so. But the bandits got away with what they came for, and stole away in all directions, leaving the adventurers in a smoldering village. Now Phoenix demands results and has offered you 200 gold pieces, fact check that, each to retrieve his stolen artwork and his greatest masterpiece. While Phoenix is arrogant and rude, the financial incentive combined with the local artist's pleas for help to return the painting to bring success to the festival are enough to convince the adventurers to help. So, I remember we left off last time talking about wanting a free meal with artifacts. I think that's fine if we want to. I kind of put it in here. How did that meal go? So we can either play out some of that, or you guys can tell me how you wanted that to play out. So we can assume that you spent the rest of the day helping villagers put out the fires and repairing damage done to the homes. And Phoenix kind of secluded himself in his private studio, which is, it's on this map. It's the top left where Phoenix currently is. It's like a little studio space that he took over. He's kind of just been hanging out. It's in the top left of your maps. He's been kind of hanging out there all day. But then, as the majority of the work is done, there's no more real labor to be done. He kind of comes out and he remembers your request to have food, and he seems a little more friendly now. He invites you all to share a meal and to strengthen yourself for adventure. So how did that meal go? How does it go? Is there any events during that meal that was notable, or did everyone just have a nice time and enjoy each other's company?
So he seemed very impatient in our last meeting with him. As he kind of calmed down, as he
So he says, so everyone's eating. He's at the table. He stands up. Yes. He says, I do apologize. Behavior earlier. You must understand that that my works are precious, not only to myself, but to everyone else, especially to this community. And I realize that with the town guard gone, you are really my best chance, and this village's best chance at retrieving these priceless works. And I just want to raise my glass to toast you, brave adventurers, and thank you again.
Insight check.
Okay, yeah, let's do it.
Twelve, yeah.
He seems, sorry, I didn't know if I was muted there. He seems, you don't have any reason to think that he's not telling the truth. You know you were there, seeing that he was being kind of a real arrogant jerk, but you can't really detect any hidden motivations or anything here. I mean, it's up to you how you want to take it, but you don't sense that he's trying to pull the hurt on you. He says, I did want to say that if you need more information before you go, I know Don Fernando has been speaking to some of the villagers, and he may have some insight of where you might want to look first. And then the meal continues. If there's anything else you want to ask him or do now before we move on, now would be the time.
I want to ask if he has any known enemies, or frenemies, or nemesis that would want to steal his painting.
He says, I hate no one. I have many enemies all over the land. People can't stand how quickly I came into my own as an artist. A lot of the villagers and a lot of the leagues in Zadio seem to think it takes a lot of hard work and practice and skill to become good, and they're wrong. It's something that you're born with, and I was born with it, and that makes a lot of people very angry, and I can understand their anger. If you're asking for suspects of who might have done this, honestly, it could have been anyone. I can tell you that I've never had any interactions with bandits before. I've never seen any of those people.
Have you told anyone? Is this a secret?
Don Fernando stands up and he's like, well, it was no secret that the festival was coming, and we, of course, made it well known that Phoenix's artwork was going to be on display. It's one of the reasons so many people from the city will be coming to visit our village, so it definitely wasn't a secret.
And you're just so likable, isn't that weird? That they'd attack such a likable fellow?
He kind of grimaces and then sort of smiles and kind of tips his glass to you. He doesn't say anything.
I'll smile back.
I
Go ahead.
to Fernando and ask if he recognizes any of the bandits, or is he part of a local gang? Have they clashed with them before? Part of
He says, there are, of course, brigands that sometimes will attack on the streets, or on the roads in and out of the village, but very, very rarely, and not in that many numbers. Honestly, I have heard tale of a man who commands that sort of number, but we've never seen him in these parts before. Honestly, I can't venture a guess, except for they were ne'er-do-wellers, and they definitely had a mind to steal the artwork, and not so much the gold, which I can tell you is very strange for these bandits. In fact, they overlooked a lot of the goods and gold and houses and other places, and seemed to only focus on art over here. He says that speaking to some of the villagers, I do have some information about what started tomorrow morning. You guys can talk about that now, or you guys can. Anything else for the dinner?
So one
related
thing.
to the dinner. Steven, go ahead.
Oh yeah, I was just gonna say that some of the people on Twitch are saying the music is a little bit loud. I don't. We can't hear it on our end, so I wasn't sure about that.
Yeah, that's a good point. It's not supposed to be. It's not supposed to be going
I'm
very
sure.
much at all. It's better now.
Yeah, I'm sure
Because
it was
we-
actually musicians that were playing. It was Phoenix's favorite musicians, and
It was
it's more important that he hear them than us. I understand.
during the dinner. He likes to have musicians, even though he doesn't really believe they're artists at all. They're performers, but he does enjoy having. He knows his
He
guests
hates-
enjoy it.
Does he tell us that he hates musicians, or is this just something?
No, he does not tell you that. But you get from just the way that he kind of treats them, and maybe some of the side comments, that he doesn't have much respect for, well, anyone really, but for
Can
the
I just
musicians.
shoot him? Can I shoot him like a stink eye or something?
Yeah, I would
Yeah.
like to glare at him as well.
Well, I take offense to this.
My friend is an artist too. You see, my friend here, Finn, show him
Yes.
what you can do.
I'm
Yes,
eating.
Finn. Show,
I am
show us
eating.
what you can do, Finn. And he
You
takes
have an
his glass
instrument?
and he said,
I need
He
to
said,
prepare
"Really,
myself.
I'd love to
I can't do it now.
see what you can do.
Yes, I'm an artist. I need my time to prepare. I'm eating right now. We can do that later.
He
Do
has
we need
stage
to
fright.
get a portrait? Yes.
And he says, "You're quite right. The most important thing that we should all be thinking about is my artwork. So fill your bellies
Ain't
and
that right?
get your rest, and tomorrow you can set off." Anything else before we move on?
Nope. I'll just hang out with Finn.
Okay, so the next morning, you all filled your bellies, and the next morning you meet Don Fernando. Told you to meet him outside, and I just dropped Don Fernando here on the map. I'll come down. I don't know how I feel about that icon for him, but that's him for right now. And he says, yes. Good morning. I hope you all slept. I hope you all slept well. I have some news for you regarding the brigands. Come all. Tola, Vinch, Finn, everyone gather around. What I hear is that, as you saw, the bandits came from all directions, and they made off with many artworks. But as you can assume, carrying off that kind of work is difficult to do on foot, and so I did some investigating. And through the tree line here, it meets up with the main road on the other side, and there were some track marks. They must have had a wagon and many horse, and they came through the woods. The problem is that it's a fork in the road up ahead, and you will have to choose which way to go. But I can tell you with confidence that if you head out of town in the western direction, according to this map, that'll put you on the path. The good news is that if they're on a wagon, they are moving slower, and you may be able to catch up with them. And that's the information that he gives you. Do you want to ask him any other questions or anything else?
No.
All right, so he says,
Track.
go ahead.
Oh, I'm just saying it's a pity I killed that troll now, isn't it? Like, that would have been super easy to track.
Oh, yes, but it's no pity. Trolls are foul creatures, and I I must say you are a crack shot with that bow.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Because you
she's
shot him
good
in
at
the
that.
crack.
I was just waiting to use that one because you shot him in the butt.
I got it. I got it when you said it.
So then he goes. I guess I delete him and he goes into the Nether now. That's kind of scary to think about. I don't. Where does Don Fernando go when you delete him from Roll20? So he moves on, and before you can step out of town, though, a woman comes up. She says, excuse me, adventurers, you're heading out about Phoenix's painting, right?"
Mm-hmm.
That's right. How can we help you?
She says, "He's scum and a fraud. And I know that you think that you're trying to help, but getting that
We
painting
don't.
back, for him is not going to really do anything for this village." She says, "I get that you're offered a lot of money for this, but I have a counteroffer for you if you might be interested."
I am.
How much money are
Yeah,
we talking?
let's hear it.
She says, "Phoenix is a plague, not just on this village, but the whole land. The art that he creates is shallow, and it's has no beauty in it. It's just
Check.
it's just cool to look at, and it's all the fashion right now, but it lacks all skill. And worse than that, he drove out the one real artist this town had, Eli. Eli is a very meek person, and once Phoenix came in, he took over his school. Phoenix teaches that you can't learn art, and he takes in students from all over the land and churns them out. He takes them in. He tries to teach them his ridiculous methods, and then when they don't perform, he kicks them out. And he's producing horrid work. I have an idea, though. I know that the village needs him for this festival, but it's a financial thing. But I know some people who are willing to pay a lot of money for that painting that you are going after. If you bring it to me, then we can sell it, and we can get rid of Phoenix, but also have enough money to take care of the village. It's up to you, but just keep in mind that if you bring me that painting first, I can reward you double what Phoenix is offering." And she makes like she's going to leave, and she's looking around. She wants to make sure nobody is seeing her.
How would we
What
find
was,
you again?
what was her name?
Can
I
we
don't
do
know
an
her
insight
name.
check before she leaves?
Yeah, go ahead and do an insight check.
Did she tell us her name, or was it just
20.
She did not.
she went?
She did not tell you her
Okay.
name at all. What would you roll?
20. A 16 plus 4 in perception.
She's telling you the truth. You
Okay.
Okay, then I'll
know that
I'll
she's
call
telling
out
you the
after and
truth.
ask, where do we find you if we need to?
She said, "Just come back." She says, "Come back to the village. I'll find you."
Is this a
Right.
fake painting? Are we bringing a giant painting back to the village and trying to hide it from Phoenix until she comes and finds us?
Are you telling her that, or are you asking?
Yeah, I'm just kind of ranting. Like, I just see. What are you imagining, Miss?
She was like walking off, like all sneaky, and
All right, well-
she stops and she
Don't
comes back
recover
and
the
she's like,
painting.
she says, "What? It's
I'm
Okay.
Don't
assuming
recover the painting and time our arrival to like late at night and find them.
We could have a few members hide in the forest nearby with the painting.
With the
and send
painting!
photos
Here we
of
go.
people
Yeah.
in.
She says they took a lot of art, but the painting, that's what's worth the money, and that's what Phoenix is after. You don't have to bring me all the art. In fact, if you find any other artifacts or art, keep them, sell them. We need that money to rebuild this village, and in order to reinstate some real artists here. But that painting, bring that painting to me."
We know it's the right painting. Phoenix said it was pretty, and you said it's crap.
Well, I think I'm imagining that Phoenix has given us some idea of what we're looking for, else this would be
It's
very
gonna be a
difficult.
self-portrait.
Yeah, it is a self-portrait. Phoenix, yeah, we can assume that during the meal, Phoenix had given you some more details about it, but he'd already said that it's a self-portrait. It's a large painting. And she says, you'll know it when you see it. It's a large 4-foot by 3-foot painting in a golden frame of
Of course.
the most horrid man you could ever meet.
Okay.
And then she goes to like walk, and then she kind of stops and then looks back. She's just like, and then she keeps walking, and she's gone. All right. So the mysterious woman has come to you and offered you a counter offer for Phoenix's work. Doesn't matter to me what you do, and you guys can figure that out as you go. But just remember that, and I'll put it in the notes too, so you can just understand that that's something going on. Now you're heading out of the village. You're about to leave, and we're gonna have a scene change. This is very exciting. So you're heading out. Don Fernando had pointed you out towards the main road, where he said that there's a fork in the road, and we are gonna go there, right?
Well, you do that, Caleb.
Yes.
We'll be walking. What does everybody else what does everybody think we should do?
I'm definitely not a fan of counting chickens before they hatch. So if we find the painting, that seems like the time to discuss, what to do with it. But
I
Yeah,
just want to play it by ear.
There are a few good options, but I agree that we should wait till we have the painting. I don't know how much of this is emotional for her. I get the feeling she was maybe close to the artist who was ran out of town. This might just be a revenge ploy, but I also worry that she's not going to have long-term income. Like, she can sell the painting to sustain the village, but what happens next year and the year after that? Like, are they going to keep robbing Phoenix?
But we did the
Yeah.
inside check, and she was telling the truth about
Yeah, but
Phoenix,
she could just
how
have
he
bad
acted.
judgment, right?
I mean, does that matter to us? We're going to get paid. It's double what it was.
I mean, Finn is in for the money.
Phoenix is
Yes.
kind of. Does anyone like Phoenix? Would you guys want to give Phoenix back
I
the
don't know.
painting?
Well,
So-
I
He
want to
hates
see how long.
He hates bards. I don't care what happens to his painting. It
I
can
want to
burn.
get
And-
him ranting about musicians and see how I feel afterward.
I say we go in there, we get the painting. If she pays us double, we take double. And if the village needs help in another year, that's just some more money for us.
Well, there is the
I like
option,
your idea.
and I don't
friend.
know exactly how legal this would be, but we could always get the painting and then try to ransom it to Phoenix for higher
Legal?
than he's offering to pay.
Then
Like we could just hold the painting hostage and make him pay us more too, because that's
Wow.
just.
do you
his
know if
first
it's
offer.
legal?
I don't know if it's legal or
Yeah,
not.
do they
Do I
have town
care?
guards
Not
right now?
really.
You know,
If we're
me
the
and
only
Vince will
martial
think it
force
over.
left,
We'll
We'll think
discuss
it
it.
over.
we can think
How
about
we
this as we
feel.
walk.
I mean, if it's legal, we'll think about it, right, Finn? We don't want to
totally
mess into
think about it.
anything. Yeah.
Sure not. Us? No.
I'm sure we're all upstanding citizens.
Yeah. Let's
So-
go with that.
So you guys don't have to decide all the ways you're going to break the law right now, but you can think about it. Think how you're going to ransom the painting back to. It's good. It's good. But is there anything else you want to discuss?
Just an option.
Sure. No, I get it. We all fantasize about horrible things. No, that's actually really funny. Anything else? Any other table chat before we move on? I'm loving it, by the way.
No,
You guys are
I've
doing
just
great.
been.
So
No,
yes, Maddie, go ahead.
sorry, John.
No. I want you to talk. Here, I'll put you on the big camera. So here you are.
No, no. I just
Go
I
on,
was just
Manny.
listening to what the consensus was. Trying to.
I don't know if we
yes,
had a consensus yet.
Yeah.
With
Yeah. No.
All right. As we're walking, would you guys like to vote? Who likes Phoenix as a person?
I think I would rank the troll first.
Oh,
Then
Okay.
Don Fernando.
Who
then
could use some money?
Phoenix.
Hands up if you could use some money. so that
Yeah, I
we
mean,
could
anybody.
hurt Phoenix and get money.
Are you
So
talking about extortion?
No, I just
meant-
mean
If you really want to grind the knife into the wound here, we could extort him for money and then also sell the painting to the other lady.
See?
Do the,
Oh
Now
my
do the
he's
goodness.
drop
talking.
first. Do the drop first.
Okay,
And
you
then,
can do whatever you want. I don't care either way. But no, take the extortion out, okay?
Okay.
I
Fine, no
okay.
you're,
extortion. Okay.
There
it's
you
just
go.
a lot of
hold the
big
screen
words.
and send in a letter. Be like, this is
Extortion.
what will happen to you.
I just
Is
want
it
the money,
legal?
okay.
As
Let's
you
just
guys
go in there. Let's get
as you
things-
guys are chatting, you kind of arbitrarily go. You guys are going left because it's everything's trodden on this crossroads, and they're really you're not sure which way to go, and you kind of turn left. You're just like 10 feet down, kind of checking it out, when you see a group of people, soldiers, coming down the road, and they do not look great. They look pretty beat up. Two of them are basically dragging one of them along. They all look exhausted, and at the head of them is an older, hardened-faced man. And when he sees you, he says, "You there, what business do you have here?"
We're on a rescue mission for some goods.
Traveling on a rescue mission for some goods.
He starts to draw his sword, and he says, "A rescue mission for some goods sounds like banditry to me." And he says, "You better be more clear about your intentions. The town guard of Batista will not stand any brigands."
Do you know Don Fernando from the village back that way? We're working with Phoenix, the main artist.
He stops as he's drawing his sword, and he takes a deep breath, and he sighs. He says, "Yes, I know Phoenix. I know him very well." He says, "What business do you have with that creature?"
Well, he
I
got
think
his
you don't
painting
like
stolen. Yeah. Everybody seems to be really mad at the guy, but yeah, he got his painting stolen. A bunch of other art got stolen from the school, and we're on our way to recover it. We mean you no harm.
He looks concerned. He says, "Stolen? You mean from the school?"
Yeah, there was a bandit attack.
All of the guard look very concerned, and they're looking at each other. And Idris says, "When was this? Who was hurt? Is the village safe?"
Village is safe. You're welcome. So you guys look like you've had a day though and are a bit jumpy. Did you find any bandits?
If only we fought bandits. We were called out just a few days before about giants raiding the farms around Batista. We had to go out. We don't farm our own food in the village for the artists, so we do well to protect those who provide us with food around. We did find the giant, but when it saw us, it attacked, and then ran, and we had to pursue it deeper and deeper into the mountains before it disappeared. It was the strangest thing. I've never seen a giant act this way. But he did his damage before he left us.
So you went to pursue a giant into the mountains, and then a couple days later, I mean, the village, you should get back as soon as possible. The village is in a pretty bad shape. There was fires, and there was lots of looting. So
One of the soldiers limps forward, and he says, my daughter, she lives in a little hut where the door is not very well barricaded. Did anyone manage to barricade any of the homes when the brigands came?
I walk up and I just exclaim, "Yes, we barricaded many doors. I'm sure she's safe. Hurry home."
I'm trying to hide my grimace at the fact, in the back.
He looks very concerned. They all look concerned because obviously this is a town. They don't look like career soldiers. Most of them look like regular people. Some of them are older, some of them are too young, but they all look pretty beat up. And not only that, but the one that they're dragging is bleeding really badly. It has big claw marks across his chest, and he looks really bad. And in fact, the main guard who's speaking to you, his shoulder is clawed as well, which is anyway. That's what you see.
Do we know what caused the claw marks?
It's a giant, right? Or is
Do
Giants get
giants
you
claw?
marks?
did the giant cause all that, or were you attacked by other beasts?
He kind of blinks his eyes and shakes his head. He was kind of lost in thought, thinking about the village, and he looks down at his arm and the other one, and he said, this was no giant.
What was it?
In truth, we don't know. It was a demon in the night. We didn't see it. After we chased the giant into the hills, on our way back we made camp, and we were attacked. Several of us didn't survive the night.
Feels like you should have led with that.
Yeah. Instead of giants, I think this is more concerning.
Yeah, I feel like that. Yeah.
This
I
is
don't
why
think you're
we're.
paying us enough, guys.
I need to get these men back to Batista as soon as possible to get them.
Yeah. Is that
cared
one gonna
for.
be okay? Do you need? Does anyone know
I've got
anything?
some rope if he needs like an emergency tourniquet, but
And he says, if any of you know any sort of mending or magic that might help him, then yes, I would ask you to please assist.
I can do that. Is a medicine check enough, or does this person need like full healing?
I think a medicines check would be good enough to stabilize him, because I put his little body
hello.
out there for you.
oh, that's great.
I have a -1 on medicine, so I'm not the best choice for that.
Oh well,
Maybe just
anyone?
Who's
I
the
can
wisest?
try step aside.
Need like a medicine kit, don't you?
Oh wait.
You can
do I
use
need
medicine
that?
if anyone has any healing abilities. It could be okay. You also don't need to do anything. It's kind of up to you.
I'll do
I
I'll
don't
do
have
cure
a
wounds.
medicine kit.
Why not? So I will cure his wounds for 4 points, which should be fine to stabilize him.
Great. Yep. He opens his eyes, and those wounds on his chest sort of seem to close up a little bit, and he kind of gasps as he comes back to consciousness. And the guard walks up and he says, "Thank you so much."
I'm going to
He's-
ask the guy that just woke up if he if he saw the monster, if he has anything he can tell us.
Yes, he opens his eyes, and he looks terrified, and he's swinging his arms. He says, the beast, it came. Am I bit? And he's checking his body.
Can I do an investigation check to look for feathers or hair?
Yeah.
Teeth, anything? All right, 15.
So you don't see any bite marks on him. You do see the claw mark, the scar of it that's now healing up on his chest. You can see that there is, since you were asking about fur and feathers, you can see that stuck on. He's wearing some armor, and you can see that caught in some of the chain is some tufts of like a very thick brown sort of fur that's there.
Brown fur down. Okay.
Idris says, he says, I wish that I could do more to help you, but I must get the rest of my men back to Batista. Perhaps I can tell you something useful, that we've been on this road for a day now, and we've seen no bandits or brigands. So if you're if you're deciding which way to go, I'd recommend you taking the other way. So that's what he tells you.
All right, I'd like to thank him for the information and wish him and his group well as they walk away. Well, they can all walk now.
Yes, the little body can now walk, even though he doesn't look like it.
His power slide.
Oh, excuse me. So they're gonna move on, unless there's anything else that you want to say or ask before it's gone.
No, that's
I'll just begin backtracking.
fine. Yeah, I think we to the.
Does this
the other-
technically mean we're like walking with them for a little while back to the fork?
Just for like
awkward
a very
Bye, and then you.
goodbye. And
I
then you're
saw the thing, yeah. Oh,
You say
gosh.
you say bye a little too early.
yeah.
And you just walk to the parking lot.
Yeah,
You're like,
it-
oh, I guess you
Can
parked
we-
here. But, oh.
Can we like just stand there for a moment and pretend that we're busy talking and let them go first, like you do, you know? Bye guys. Yeah, how are you, Finn? You having a good day?
Okay, that's going
They're
great.
injured. We
Just
might
let
want to
them go.
power walk in front of them, actually.
No,
That's
they're
even more awkward.
they're
You want
gone.
to flex, but you still have legs. You know,
What do you like? Let me scooch on by you.
Gonna skip. You know, be like, oh.
So they're deleted now. So they're gone. They don't
Okay.
exist.
Wait.
So they headed back.
Where-
You were just like maybe. I didn't have a map that had a fork on it. Okay, so you were on one fork right now, and now you're gonna go to the other one. All right.
Okay.
Um,
Okay.
So
Next time we're in town, we need a map.
To the group, I'd like to just say I feel awful for lying about that dude's dead daughter, but it's gonna
What?
help him on the way back to town.
I-
Because there's
What?
no
I
way
don't
we
know
didn't
if
board
she's
up
dead.
any of those.
We don't know if
houses.
she's dead, but
We don't need to.
do a
It's
good
a pretty
job
safe bet,
barricading.
though.
Well then,
She
Well, I
is.
don't
we didn't
And
get
we're meant to
paid.
be.
It's fine.
No.
It's,
you guys didn't check in on those poor folks.
we didn't.
No,
We didn't
We
care.
have
We
not.
just
villagers,
wanted
but
money.
we didn't have a death count or a list of names, so there's no way to tell.
When we get
She's
back, we can
probably
build a
fine.
memorial wall.
Why would you assume the kid is dead?
Because we didn't check any of those southern houses, and they got in them, and there was a lot of blood and bad sound.
And Dulon and Grunt in agreement.
All
He
right. Well,
gets it.
you guys are terrible. Let's go.
All right.
And I'm bad for talking about money.
You had the option to try to barricade doors, and you shot trolls' butts.
Too busy
with arrows.
killing
Don't
everyone.
you all find it suspicious that
People
there
don't.
was a giant attack, 3 days, that called out the entire guard before
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then
raid into the city?
crazy demons. I feel like it's probably all related, but I thought it'd be a
Well, I
leap to
found
say
this,
so.
and I hand the brown fur to the rest of the group. Like, this was in the armor. I don't know if anybody recognizes it, or I give it a whiff. It's
Nature check.
Yeah.
Can
yeah.
you do?
Yeah.
Sure.
Can I do a survival check after?
Can we do investigation? Does that
Survival
16?
check. I don't think a survival check would. I mean, if you're talking about checking out the fur, it wouldn't make sense. But an investigation
Fair.
or a wisdom maybe, or is there like an animal one maybe?
Well,
I don't-
actually, I
Just
do have
animal
animal
handling.
Yeah, but
I got
that I could intuit an animal's.
Whatever you guys have a good stat in. If it's somewhere within that realm, I think that's okay.
Okay.
So I did
investigation? Yes
6.
or no?
But Talisa got a 16. So
I got a 16 on nature, which concerns plants and animals.
It smells
Okay.
like dog.
I hand it over to her. Dog.
Just on. I
Well,
feel
I
like
mean,
it's
I don't
probably
think you can
not-
get its breed, but
Can we get
it
more with
smells
a
like
23?
smells like dog.
Can we get more info with a 23 check?
Sure. It doesn't smell great.
Well, that's helpful.
Okay, so we should. I think this means that if we do camp anywhere tonight, we need to keep watch. Make sure that we're not caught by surprise.
Very
we
good
have
idea.
this-
Can I do a religion check to see if this is in any folklore or anything?
Sure. Yeah, go ahead and make a religion check.
It's a chupacabra.
It's a werewolf.
I got 16.
Smells like dog. Kills guards.
The demon, when you heard him talking about demons, if you know anything, you know a little bit about religions because you're making a religion check. A demon with fur is not unheard of. There is some infernal beasts, like actual demons, infernal beasts that have fur like that. But that's as much as you know.
Okay.
Okay.
You good?
Well,
I'm not gonna
Yeah.
relay any of this. Yeah, I'm good.
Wow.
Oh, that's right. So, Alyssa, did you want to let everyone know about the fur smelling like dog?
A dog? No.
Okay. So none of you have that information.
I'll say
Fine.
it.
Oh,
Fine
sorry.
then,
Well, it
keep your
smells
secret.
like a dog to me. I'll say it.
Yeah,
Okay.
you did succeed in your role too, so that's fine. If Wiggly wants to
So
say
I'll
that.
just make a passing comment like, "Ugh, smells like a dog."
Okay. All right, great.
all right.
So now you backtrack a little. You take the other fork. It's the same map that you're going on, and you're on that road for a little while, and it starts to get dark. You need to make camp. So you start to make camp as the sun is going down, and we will see what that looks like right now. Let me check it out first to make sure I didn't mess this up. All right, let's hope the magic is working.
Did anyone mention when we were leaving the town about how many people died? I'm still feeling guilty.
Nobody asked.
We're not in charge of conveying the news. There's probably
There
people
were
for that.
casualties. We
Yeah.
only know there were
Just-
casualties.
Yeah,
Well,
the
you-
town crier can explain it.
Yeah, you know that there was casualty. You saw several people unfortunately be killed.
I mean-
Killed.
We did what we could, so we're not responsible for that.
Yeah, we saved them from the troll and everything.
No, yeah,
Yeah.
totally.
I'm just
You
I'm just
bolted those
wondering.
doors like a professional.
Yeah, that was
Alicia
dumb, but
didn't
they had
think
to
to ask what we saw, and now I'm
If
feeling
you want
guilty.
to go
Okay.
back and count them, I guess you can. Like,
I would
but-
think
I'm
in
sure there's
character we would have
graves
noticed some dead
found.
bodies. I don't think it's difficult to ask.
Oh,
Well, I mean, we helped the town before we set off, so
Yeah, I mean it's
Yeah.
true.
Probably
Yeah,
help
there
them
was
clean
there
up
was dead.
bodies.
You don't have
Yeah.
a number. You don't have a number on it, but you know that there was several dead. The town only
But we
has
were
like 76 people that live in there, and so I mean,
Uh-huh.
if you have 5-6 casualties, that's quite a bit for them. Everyone knows each
It-
other. Everyone's very upset.
you did go around after you said, right?
Sorry, say that again.
Because we did go around after. I thought so we would have seen
Yeah,
how much
Yeah.
destruction there had been. Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
I was more poking fun at you guys for the barricading of the door.
And then but then Val went. Okay.
Yes, but just to clarify, yes, there was several casualties. People died. People were injured. Homes were destroyed. You were helping to put out fires. So that whole rest of the day after the butt troll incident, you spent the rest of the time helping, which is why probably you didn't immediately rush off. Is that there was a lot of death and destruction around you, and you were all made the right choice. I'm really proud of all of you for helping.
okay.
So you made camp, and you are here in the
Are we
wilderness.
supposed to see the camp?
Can you not? Who can't
It's
see the
black.
camp?
It's dark for me. I can see it on the screen that you have shared,
Yeah.
but it's dark for me, which I don't
Yeah.
mind. So
No,
it's-
this is
Our
uh,
view it needs to be
I
lit
see
up
it.
a little, yeah.
all right. Who, Manny? You said you don't see it.
I cannot see it.
Okay.
Oh, and roll 20.
I think I just have to
Yeah, I
turn your
cannot
vision
see it.
on.
Okay. Okay, I see it now.
Okay.
Okay.
Me too.
I do think we should make sure we establish watch, because
And as you say that, Dulon just stands in a guarding position and doesn't move.
okay, so I'm gonna say he's up for the first watch. I'll stay up with him and do first watch.
Can everyone see the camp now?
Yeah.
Yes, we do.
On the app, no, but I'm looking at it on the Discord.
Okay, hold on.
I can see it now.
Oh yeah, I can't see it. Either.
Finn,
No,
you
I
should be
can't
able to
look.
see it now.
Yes, I can.
All right. Great.
I can't though.
You still can't, Celissa? You should. I turned on your vision. I can delete
I'm
you.
good now. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. No, don't blink.
I feel like the Prestige, you know, with the. Do you? Is that the one where he's? I'm not gonna ruin it if no one's ever seen it. Where the magic one where he's.
No.
No. Oh goodness, I can't even talk about it.
Well, yeah, I mean, I can spoil it if you want. It's, you know, Hugh Jackman.
There you go. That one. And they did another magic themed movie around the same time.
Yeah, the one with Edward Norton. Yeah, I can never remember which is which either. But
Yeah. Anyway.
I don't remember the other one. I just have Prestige right into my brain. So.
Yeah.
Okay. I think it's called The Illusionist. Is that the one?
Ah, yeah.
Everyone go watch Prestige and we'll wait.
Yeah,
Like-
it is The Illusionist. Yeah, The Prestige is pretty solid.
What year did that come out? Like over a decade ago, though.
2006.
2006?
When I graduated high school, thank you very much. As a young man. Still
I
am.
was in sophomore year.
So the campfire.
So you guys are So the campfire. You guys are taking a.
So Dylan,
yeah, me and
What?
Dylan will
Okay.
take first watch.
Yeah, I'm
so
not saying anything. I'm just standing up in a stalwart position.
the sun
Likewise,
just
I don't say anything. I just go to bed.
Oh,
Same.
the sun just went down. You guys just got the fire going. Darkness is coming down, and you die. Everyone's dead. And then you
Right.
hear something in the bushes, and
Hey,
so Dolan, you said you were watching, and
Yeah.
I was watching.
Manny, can you roll a perception check?
Please don't fail.
Oh boy.
It's 12.
11.
So you just hear the rustling, and it sounds like something moving through the bushes. What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna walk towards it.
I'm gonna head towards the rest of the group and start shaking them awake.
Okay.
Thank you.
So Dolan, I'll move you right here.
Cool.
Uh-oh, I can hear myself. It's not good.
That was just somebody else's mic, I think.
Okay. And then almost at your feet stumbles a figure, and a bunch of wooden materials clatter down to the ground. And he says, "Oh, excuse me. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to startle you."
And can I roll an intimidation check?
Oh, yeah.
Poor guy.
It's
Well,
not morning
shaking-
yet.
I
When
got
I'm
a
shaking
10.
people awake, I'm like, shh, we might have bandits.
One more hour.
Do we have a bucket of water like a splash?
Did we
Be
get?
the last.
I'll just nudge her with my feet.
Did you roll that
So-
intimidation
Yeah,
check?
it was 10.
It was 10.
Yeah.
That's far enough to. He's already intimidated. He's a slight man wearing a green, just simple green clothes, and he is on his knees, and he's kind of just shaking, and he has his hands up, and he's like, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry to disturb you. It got dark, and I saw the fire.
What are you doing here?
He says, I'm not doing anything. Well, I mean, I'm doing something. I'm painting. I paint all over the place, but I was trying to get to an inn before nightfall, and I didn't make it. And the woods are dangerous. They've been a lot more dangerous lately, and I don't know. I thought maybe I'd chance it coming to see if I could share your fire, or just for the night.
Can I make an insight check?
Yep.
It's 3.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I mean, you can't tell anything. You don't know whether he's lying or whether he's telling the truth or anything
Okay.
else.
Okay, what's the
Um,
last thing you painted?
When you said that, because you're based on the map, you're standing a little bit back from the fire. He looks at you and he kind of stops shaking a little bit and he's kind of like brightens up. And he says, "Oh, I'd love to show you some of what I've been painting." And he goes to stand, but then he looks at Dolan and he kind of crouches back down.
Well, I believe at least that he's a painter. I don't know, you can be a painter and also a thief, so I guess that doesn't really solve much. But
He says, I promise you, I mean no harm. I'm just a painter from Batista. I used to teach there. My name's Eli. My name's Eli, and I've just been."
Oh,
It's the guy.
And he hears you say that, and he's like, "You've heard of him? You've heard of me?"
All good things.
fantastic.
Better
were
than what we
mentioned-
heard from the current guy. Yeah.
Phoenix.
So where were you heading? Were you
Oh,
heading back to the town? We heard you left.
I'm heading nowhere. I only come back to the town to rest and to get a little bit of food from Miriam at the inn. She provides for me, but no, I don't have money and I don't really have a place to stay. Not anymore. Not since Phoenix took over the school. But I do come back to Batista to rest myself. But I must have lost track of time painting and I stayed out too late.
Can I
Well,
do like a nature or survival check to get a feel for like what time of night it is?
Yeah, I mean, well, the sun went down you got the fire going right when the sun fully went down.
Okay, so
I
we're
don't
still,
know
like,
how
at the
fantasy
start of
time
first
works,
watch?
but yeah, this is
it's
early.
still first watch.
Okay.
Yeah, it should
Yeah,
just be a
it's
couple hours.
like still be like 6, 7. You know?
Just fell asleep, and this dude walks into our camp.
He says, "You know Phoenix then?"
Unfortunately, we do.
Yeah,
We
no,
are
it's kind of
acquainted.
acquainted. I like acquainted.
He laughs a little bit and then covers his mouth. He says, I'm sorry, I don't mean to be rude, but he's a little bit hard to swallow. I should know. I was his teacher once, but that was a while ago.
I nod in agreement.
Um,
I want to
Go ahead.
offer him to sit in the. I want to offer him to come into the camp, so we can huddle back. I think he should tell us a little bit more about how this came about. Like, what happened?
So Dolan's still kind of standing over him, looking super mean. So
I'll move out of the way, but follow him closely.
okay.
Dolan, you're scaring him.
So he picks up, he gathers what he dropped, and which you can now see. Oh, well, you'll see when he comes to the fire. And he's not a stranger anymore. His name is Eli. And I need to check this so you can see it. There. So you should all be able to see Eli. He sets his stuff down, and you can see that it's a box. It's a box about this size, and it has some pigment around the edges of it. And there's also some long poles or sticks. I don't know if any of you'd know what an easel looks like, but it's an easel.
Mm-hmm.
So you can tell it's a. So he does seem to at least have the equipment to be a painter, like he was saying. And he puts it down, and he sees you looking at it. He says, "Yes, I don't go anywhere without my painting equipment. It's what I live for, and I really think that the world needs more artists, don't you?"
Yeah.
Well, I do.
Sure.
He says, well, I do. In fact, I think it's one of the most important things that this world needs. That's why I started the Noblemen's College in Batista.
Oh, this sounds great. Okay, I kind of get into my blanket a wee bit more in my bedroom. I'm like, could you tell us a story? I feel like there's a story here.
He kind of shies and blushes, and he says, "Oh no, I'm not much of a storyteller.
You're an artist. You tell stories. Come on.
But
What happened, Eli?
said, sadly, there's not really much to tell. I wanted to give the gift of art to as many people as I could. I came from the artist leagues in Lusadio, and I set off to start a program to teach artists who couldn't get into the art leagues how to become artists worthy of commissions. It started small, just a handful of people in a tents where Batista now is, and slowly more and more people came, and it was a wonderful time. We all worked together. I taught the foundations of art, and my pupils. It took time, and it took a lot of hard work, but a lot of the greatest artists of recent years came from our little school. I was hoping to do the
Including
same for Phoenix, but it didn't work out that way. Phoenix, he didn't like the hard work with the art. I told him again and again that it takes time, patience, practice, but he was always trying to find a faster way, an easier way to do it.
Are you saying
magical?
Phoenix
A magical
or
thing?
fraud?
And he shrugs and shakes his head, and he says, "There's no denying he makes intriguing pictures. But what do I know? I told him that it was all hard work and skill, and after he left my school, he came back not a few months later, creating the work that he did. And I don't know how, but he is achieving some success with it. And it's not the kind of art that I would create, but it seems to be very much in fashion now. And my students, they definitely seem to think so as well. One by one, they started going to Phoenix and asking him to help them. Eventually, all of my students left the school, and Phoenix became the unofficial instructor there. And, well, he even offered to teach me. And at that point, I didn't really see the reason for staying behind. I grabbed my painting equipment and I left, back on the road to create artwork. It's sad to hear that it's still going on, but I'm glad that
How long ago was this?
Phoenix took over the school about 2 years ago.
Can
Is it
I clarify?
something that you think, is it supernatural? Is it like magic that he's using to teach them, or why are they able to gain this progress so
Or how he
quickly?
gained the progress so quickly?
He says, "Oh
If he
yes."
was
He says,
not a
"Oh,
very good
absolutely.
patient.
Art is magical. You're right about that. It fills our hearts with joy and wonder. But oh, you mean like, is there magic that he's? I couldn't say. I don't know. I know that I've seen him go in to create his work and leave with created pieces. So I don't know. I don't know much about how he's doing what he's doing, but somehow or another, maybe he was born with it. I don't know. All I know is that I had to work very long and hard to get where I am."
That sounds vaguely jealous.
And he says, "No jealousy. I'm glad that he is making art special and important to people. I really am. But I can't be around someone who claims that you're either born with being an artist or not, because I definitely wasn't." And
I agree, Phoenix. If something bad happened to him, I wouldn't lose any sleep. Don't get me wrong. But is he doing anything actually wrong, or is he just an annoying person?
he shrugs and he says, "I left because Phoenix had the ears and the hearts of the artists there, and he attracted more people to the village than I ever did. I wouldn't say that he's done anything bad or wrong, but it's not the kind of way that I believe that art should be made or how it should be thought of. And at the end of the day, I'm not a teacher, I am an artist, and I was trying to spread what I had to others, but they are not interested in hearing what I have to say anymore. And I say good luck to them, and I hope that the school continues to produce some fine artists. Although I will say, there hasn't been more than a handful that have left that school with actually any success at all. He said, speaking of art, would you like to see some of my paintings?
Yes, we would.
And now he feels more comfortable and a little more excited, and he reaches down and he takes off his backpack, which is like a leather cube, and inside of it there's some dividers, and he takes out a few canvases, and
Dulon's backed off a bit as well, not like, looming over.
While he's pulling these out of his pack, I would just like to ask him about his friend at the inn who's been feeding him and try to get a description of what she looks like. And I'd like to cross-reference that with the woman we talked to before we left the village.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, that's yeah, go ahead and make a maybe an insight roll. I think that makes sense.
Yeah.
He's gonna say, yeah, he's gonna describe her. He says that she's an elven woman, and she's very kind, and she's always she's been taking care of him since he left the school. What did you roll?
I rolled a 12.
Okay. I mean, everyone saw that the person that came up to you was an elven woman, but I mean, I'm not saying all elven women look alike, but I don't know.
Right. I was just trying to get a feel for it.
Sure. And he takes out his paintings and he shows you some really beautiful landscapes of the surrounding area. Does anyone here would have any kind of? You don't need to have any appreciation or background in art to see these and just you're like, wow, they're quite striking and beautifully done. Vinch, I seem to remember you had some background with art in the leagues, right? Or am I mistaken in that?
As a matter of fact, that's what I've been doing past several years. I do remember some of the kerfuffle at the academy, but if I'm being honest, I don't generally keep track of the students. I tend to focus on the sort of business side of things for those of us who still work but aren't at the school.
And he says, he snaps his finger. He says, "Have I seen any of your work? What have you done?"
Well, I don't do much landscapes. Mostly I do figurative work. If I'm being honest, I don't have a whole lot of finished pieces. I tend to kind of do sketches and maybe get a little distracted and work on other things. Alchemy, for instance, is one of my interests, mathematics. But
and he nods and he smiles.
I
He says, "Yes, art comes in all shapes and sizes. It's you can find it everywhere if you really look. But if you want to keep going with your painting, I know that it's a long road, but I'm sure that you could be quite a successful painter. I can see something about you." And then he takes out this one painting, and it's the only one that's of a person that you've seen, and it is a portrait of a gentleman in a red outfit, and standing in front of a coach. And he said, "What do you think of this piece? I just painted this yesterday. Well, I guess it would be this morning, of this merchant. Funniest thing is that he's an art merchant, and I actually sold him one of my landscapes, but I don't often do figures or portraits, but Vince, what do you think of this? And he shows it to you. And
I was going to do a check. Is it someone I recognize?
go ahead and roll an insight check. I might be using that wrong. If someone knows a better check for that.
Usually, I've heard history. I mean, there's different ones, but
Yeah,
okay.
history.
History.
Yeah.
Religion, maybe, for certain.
You don't. I mean, you can tell he's a merchant, but you don't know. You've never seen him before.
Okay.
Oof.
I'm assuming it looks good, so I'll say as much.
Yeah, I'll just say that any artwork that he ever shows you that he's done, it's surprisingly beautiful. Like you can just tell, it's very well done.
I don't know a ton about the arts, but these are obviously gorgeous. I'm kind of confused with your story. So Phoenix just comes back and he takes over, right?
Well, it was nothing so rough as that. When I say takes over, it was more that all of the students chose not to follow what I was telling them anymore. It was a hard path I was giving them, but more and more they went to...
Did he come back with more technical skill? Is it the pieces he was making you didn't like? I think someone in the village mentioned us that they were soulless, the way his artwork looked. Can you tell us a bit more about his actual artwork?
The artwork that he creates is technically beautiful, but there's something I can't say, something uncanny, something about them the same. I don't know. When I look at his pieces, I see no direction, I see no soul, I see no artist in it.
Where did he go? Is my question.
What do you mean?
He came back. You said he left and he came back, right? So did he announce where he was leaving? Was he going to a different school? Was he going to some far off town? But was he going back home?
He never said where. I don't know where his home is. He never spoke about where he was from. In fact, the handful of times I hinted at asking him about his past, he grew quite angry. And so I figured there was something about that he didn't want to revisit, and that's fine as far as I'm concerned. I was there to teach him art, but when he left, he only told me that he was going to find a better way. I tried to plead with him and told him that there was no other way besides hard work, but he wouldn't listen, and he came back a few months later and he had found another way. I don't know what else to say about it.
Interesting. This is my first time in art drama, so I'm really appreciating the story.
Is that Talissa saying that, or is that Alicia?
That's Talissa being appreciative.
That's wonderful.
Out loud.
He says, well, you never have to twist my arm to talk about art, and as far as the drama is concerned, that is just circumstantial. I stay away from conflict and drama as much as I can help.
Me too.
And so he says, thank you so much for allowing me to share this fire with you. I did not mean to disturb you as you are all getting ready for rest, but I must say that I feel very inspired sitting here with all of you, and I would ask that if it's not too strange, if I could paint some of you while
we're sleeping?
While you slept.
Oh.
It sounds a lot weirder when I say it out loud, but
I grunt and agree.
Yeah.
It's slightly weird.
But I'm for it.
Yeah, that's fine with me.
He says wonderful, and he starts taking out his stuff, and he kind of sets up. Here, where is he going to set up?
I try to sleep all cute, like get my hands going, like that,
Let's see. He needs to find the right angle for you all.
By the way, before we go back to bed, or I'm going to go back to bed, I don't know about you guys, did we tell you what we're up to?
and he says, I, and he looks a little bit, abashed, and he says, I make it a point to never pry into
Oh,
people's business. I do hear that there is some, well, I won't say illegal. I won't say anything, but what you
no,
do is completely, it's complete. I'm going to keep setting up with painting. You don't have to
I was
tell me
just wondering.
anything.
Yes. If you had a painting, but you knew the guy who made it was really mean, and someone else was like, "Oh, I'll give you more money," what would you do? Hypothetically, of course.
If you're hypothetically talking about whether or not to return a piece of art to its creator, I would
When you
absolutely
say it
say
that way,
it would be ungodly, I feel, to not give the art back to the creator, but hypothetically, of course.
yeah. When you say it like that, it sounds so obvious. Well, I'm gonna head off to bed. Thanks. Nice. Yeah. Nice. Good chat.
He gives a thumbs up, and he keeps setting up his painting stuff. Does anyone else want to talk before we get into you guys just sleeping? Because we can role play the sleeping, if you want.
Yeah.
We're gonna
We
role play the
should.
sleeping in real time, everybody.
I'm just laying on my bed and to paint me like one of the
No.
French girls position, just looking at him.
He's trying not to make eye contact, but he's painting. So go ahead,
We were
Manny.
still in first watch. We were still in first watch,
Oh.
but I think we talked quite a bit, so I think somebody else should take over before we
I'm
all
still
pass out.
standing up in a guard
Okay.
leave position.
I think I'm gonna go to sleep then.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you do have a
make
watch.
Dolan some company.
Okay, so we have Dolan and Tola, only ones awake, right? Gonna take
Mhm.
watch.
I'm kind of like still fake sleeping and still putting it on, but I fall asleep for real eventually.
And the art.
Okay. Let's see. Tola and Dolan make a. So the night goes on. Everyone falls asleep except for Tola and Dolan, who are standing watch, and Eli's painting away. He's very quiet, doesn't say anything. He seems very concentrated on his work. Dolan, roll a Constitution check for me, please.
Saving throw check.
A check.
Not
You-
one. No,
Oh.
that's a 7. Sorry. It's 10. I got scared.
Tola, go ahead and make a Constitution check for me.
It went. Oh,
Whoa, this is slow. $15.
Okay. Dolan, you're feeling really, really sleepy. You actually kind of nod off.
Okay.
Tola, you stay awake. So since one of you stayed awake, Tola, it's up to you whether you want to be like, oh, I'll let the guy sleep, or if you want to wake him up. That's kind of
Oh,
your
hell no.
choice.
I'll wake up whoever is closest to me. Who is closest to me.
Okay. So you wake up, Dolan. He kind of shakes you awake, and as you guys are waking up, you see Eli is kind of turning and starting to walk off a little bit.
You're leaving already?
And he stops and he turns. He goes, "Oh, I'm so sorry." And he points to his equipment. His stuff is still set up. He's like, I've got to go to the bathroom. And
All alone in the night? It's kind of
Said-
dangerous, you know?
he says, preferably I will go to the bathroom alone. Yes. And just beyond these rocks right here. In fact, if you don't mind just turning around, I'm fine
I stare him
right
down.
here.
Yeah, I'm not turning around.
Keep eye contact.
So he's you can I
Can
don't
I
know
roll an
how.
intimidation check?
Yeah, roll an intimidation check.
Let the man pee.
Poor guy.
This guy's trying to pee.
14. It's 14.
14. Well, it's enough, and he's peeing, and it cuts off midstream, and you hear him fart a little bit, and he says, "Oh goodness," and then after a little while, he starts to go, and then it's quiet. And roll a perception check, Tola and Dolan. You still are the only ones up. You guys haven't woken anyone up, as far as I know.
Oh, amazing perception. I don't see anything. I
I
rolled
got
a 4.
14.
Okay. So with that 14, you hear sounding like Eli is being sick, like vomiting and throwing up. But when you go, well, you tell me what you want to do. You can hear him kind of throwing up.
Yeah, I'll go to him.
So you go
See
to him,
what's up.
and you go behind the rock in the dark, and he's not there.
Is his easel still up?
His stuff's all still there by the fire.
I'm gonna go and I'll tell Tola.
Okay.
Tola, was that your name?
Yep.
The guy isn't here. He's not behind the
What?
rock anymore.
Oh, he disappeared. What?
I don't know.
Can you wake up the rest of them? I'm going to take a look. See
Okay.
if I find anything.
I'll wake everybody up.
Okay. So Dolan
How
has woken
many
you all up.
times? Just
Go ahead.
complain.
No, I want to hear it.
How many times? Beep beep. How many hours has it been? Beep beep.
Oh, I see.
That's the
Yeah.
gist.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, okay. You guys, you got to give Felissa her beauty sleep. She gets grumpy.
Beep beep.
Does anyone have anything that they want to do? Check out, say, Tola, I know that you said you wanted to kind of explore out.
No, I just want to check where he was supposed to be and see if I can see
Okay.
anything. I'm not
See if there's
exactly a
any
great
key.
tracker, but
You can roll an investigation check.
investigation.
Did you tell us what's happened? Did you?
Yeah, I explained that the guy wasn't there behind the
Did I
rock.
go over
That's what I
to
said.
the rock, like where he was peeing,
Yeah.
and do like a
Well, did you?
Aragon thing of checking the stream and like being a tracker?
You didn't know he peed.
Did you not tell me that? You just said he was behind a rock.
I just said that he disappeared from behind the rock.
Okay, well I don't do that.
Just step
What
on the
has he
pee.
doing behind the rock?
Why is
He's
it
just
wet?
okay.
Hey, do a
He just
survival
stepped
check
behind a
where I
rock
just
and
dab it
disappeared.
Sniff.
Yeah, he's gone.
So are you going to check the P? What's the consensus here?
Dolan didn't tell us. He just said he disappeared behind a rock. He said.
Yeah.
I mean,
Is that-
when I see them coming, I tell the rest of the situation to them. So I explain that
Thank
he
you.
was
Yes.
going after behind the rock to, do something that only he can do for himself and disappear.
Okay. Does anyone else want to do anything right now?
Then I will now do
I'll
my.
follow behind. Yeah,
Does anyone want to roll any checks?
I can roll investigation.
Where are you going to roll that?
Investigation.
I followed Talisa, and I heard the explanation, so I would
Is it?
check behind the rock and
So,
just do an investigation.
so Noah, as you pass by to
Mhm.
go over there, you accidentally kick the easel that he
Okay.
was painting on, and it tips over, and the painting that he was painting lands on the ground, face down.
Can it? Let me pick it up.
All right, you pick it up, and you can see that it is it's a knight landscape, and the biggest, most prominent thing painted there, in a sort of frenzy, is a large moon. And you look up and you can see that it's actually a pretty close representation of the full moon that you are looking at right now.
Oh man.
Everyone roll a perception check, please.
He wasn't painting us at all. What a liar.
No,
I have a natural one on my Aragon stream chat.
Okay. Well, you just tasted some pee and it was gross, and you're like, yeah, I knew.
No.
You're like, I knew that was gonna suck. I don't know why I did that, but you all have to roll a perception check right now.
I got a
7.
I've got a 13.
I got a 12.
Where?
13,
Perception.
12.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, it's
14.
7. I think the highest is till Noah. They got a
7.
14.
14. Did everyone roll? Wiggly, did you roll, or Finn?
I rolled a 10.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was my one.
None of those were quite great enough. Till Noah, you hear a snarling just before you feel something collide into you. And I need everyone to roll initiative, please. And we're going to see if we can do this turn order thing the right way. Actually, let me clear out the ones that's here. I have to remove all the turns. Hold on. And then let me add you all, and then we will...
So out of character, we have dogs, we have moons, we have demons.
I don't think. Yeah.
Totally doesn't smell like a werewolf to me.
Werewolf art.
Did it taste like werewolf pee when you tasted it?
Do I know? Does it taste like werewolf pee? Would I be familiar with that? Be familiar with it.
It's the vintage from the south of
Where I'm from.
It's been
Don't
brewing
werewolf.
for a few hours.
It's called
Don't knock
sparkling
until you
werewolf
try
if
it.
It doesn't come from the Champagne region.
No. Let's see. All right. Did everyone? We need Finn's, Tilnoa's,
But I got it.
Tola's, Talissa's.
I got a 14.
Put it in,
Mine is
That is
22.
a
into the roll 20.
22. Nice.
I can put it in myself. Okay. Yeah. Good to know. Technology has come so far.
Sorry, I'm just checking something. Okay. I don't think you'll die. Okay.
Maybe.
That's reassuring.
This is your werewolf character arc now. Congratulations.
Since I like my character so much. Yeah. I don't like my character that much.
Wait, we can see him now, right? Since he
Yep.
bumped into
So Tilnoa, he jumped on top of you, and he's going to try and just bite you right on the neck.
Okay.
Is a 13 hit.
No, I have a 14 armor class.
Okay. So you were caught by surprise, but you managed to stop his jaws from clomping into you. And then let me roll his initiative. Let's add a turn for him. his initiative. 8.
Is Hugo's not in there? Did you get 0?
Tola, I don't see a.
You gotta type it in yourself, Hugo.
Done.
22.
Jeez
Nice.
Louise.
Oh, never mind. I should have brought it up.
All right, so now that was just the first round of him attacking. Now we're gonna go in turn order. So
This is gonna be a
Tola,
beatdown.
you saw him. So the thing is, till Noah, you are on the ground, so you are prone.
Mhm.
So you'll have to use a move action to get back up. And I believe in 5th edition you are at disadvantage or for all attacks. And I think he has advantage on you for. I really should have my GM screen here for attacking. So it's not advantageous to be on the ground, so that everyone knows. Tola, it's to you right now.
So just checking where we are. Okay, so I'll just move over to the other side of him. I think I should have enough.
Oh, no.
And I'll just attack. So let me see some dice. And then I'll make an attack. First a normal one. 18 with quarterstaff.
Yep, that's gonna hit.
That was 10 damage. And then I'm going to use one of my what is the name? Key points. And I'll do 2 unarmed strikes. So 2 attacks.
Okay.
14, which is a 19. 14 on that.
That hits.
So that is 6 damage. And for the second one, it was another 19.
That one misses.
And 7 damage.
That's a lot.
I know, you freaking heck, man. I
Monk,
thought you guys
that's
were level
crazy.
2s. What's happening?
Monks.
It's the
Monk-
power of
Monks, dude.
Looks like.
It's the power of meditation.
All right, that was a really good round. Vinch, it's your turn.
DM hates you.
Oh, you're muted. Sorry, I didn't have your screen up. Otherwise, I'd be able to tell you. You're muted.
No, it's all good. I will go ahead and cast Mage Armor, and that's actually going to be my turn because it ups my defense. So
Great. Alrighty. Talissa.
So I can use my movement to stand up, right, and get my bow out.
You are up. You don't have to stand up. You guys were all up already. Till Noah was the
Okay,
only.
cool.
Till Noah was the only one that got knocked down after he got pounced on.
Oh, I thought we were still laying down in bed. Okay. All right, so I'll just take my bow out and shoot then.
Good. Where are
Do
you
I have to
aiming?
move? Or
So till Noah is in your line of sight. This is why the boards can be, whatever. So if you wanted to do it, you do not have direct line of sight to the werewolf. Offhand, I don't know how 5th edition handles it, whether it's just to disadvantage or whether there's actually, in 1st edition, we would do a chance of you actually hitting till Noah, which I like better.
Just go for it.
If you're gonna shoot with till Noah in the way, I like it that you have a chance of hitting him.
I probably shouldn't shoot my party members. I reckon.
Screaming, somebody do something.
So if I move down here,
Well, he's on the floor, and the thing's on top.
like
of
I
him.
just.
So I think you can go ahead and take that shot.
Oh, okay, yeah. If
Sorry.
I hit you, I'm so sorry.
just say yeah.
Don't roll a 1.
Go for it, please. Help me out. Like,
So that's 16. I think my character wouldn't care. I think she would have taken the shot either way. So 16 to hit.
Yep, that hits.
oh my God.
11 damage.
All right. So now he has an arrow sticking out of his shoulder, and he's frothing at the mouth. You can see from your eyes adjusting better in the darkness that this is a very large canine sort of creature, frothing at the mouth with large claws. And
Does he look like Eli at all? Like Eli, little clothes tatters on him?
you can, on your next turn, you can try and roll something for that. You can't, I mean, there's nothing obvious. Like he's not wearing like
Noah is also like the only one that saw the painting.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, it's true. Maybe he ate Eli.
Maybe. I mean, and who knows that we know anything about Moon?
Okay. So now Finn, it's on to you.
I will. I think I'll just attack with the rapier.
Okay.
Does a 10 hit? Oh wait, no, that's a damage. Sorry, I rolled damage. It's still a 10 to hit.
You didn't. Is that with your any added modifiers and stuff? It's 10.
Yes. Unless I can use Jack of all trades, which gives me +1. But that's like if I'm not proficient in something. I don't know how it is with weapons.
Even if you got that +1, it's not quite there.
Yeah,
he doesn't have great. Go ahead.
The skill. I think that's only for the skill.
For skill checks, yeah.
Yeah, that's why I asked.
Yeah, so that's not enough to hit. You go to stab, and it doesn't land on him. Till Noah,
Okay.
you are on the ground. I won't say that you're grappled, but you got knocked to the ground, and he tried to bite you.
I'm gonna stand up and then take out my short sword and swing at him, right? Or is that my whole action?
That's a good question. In
Usually standing up is half your movement, I think.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, so that means you can still attack and stuff. It's just you wouldn't be able, if you had like a 30 feet move, you'd only be able to go 15 feet now, but you're standing.
All right. And I'm basically right. He's right on top of me, so I'm gonna swing my short sword then. Go for it.
All right.
All right. That's a 21 to hit.
Yes, that is.
And an 8.
All right. Okay. Valway. Or, I'm sorry, Yenril. I've got to change this name.
Yeah. Let me see here. Okay, we got some decent distance there. I'm going to move up here using basically all my movement.
Great.
And I would like to do a reckless attack with my great axe.
Alrighty, let's get that roll.
I think it only rolled 1 dice. Oh, that's a 14?
That hits.
Ooh, okay. And then that is 14 damage. And that's going to be my turn.
So after taking that hit, he's going to leap over till Noah, and when he does, he lands on the paint stuff and the the easel. And when he does, he kind of snarls and looks down. And then when he looks down, he sees the paintings stuff, and his expression sort of changes, and his face changes from being enraged and animalistic to sort of sad and surprised. And he looks around at all of you, and he books it. He's gonna turn, and he's gonna go. Let's see, that's 5, 10, 15, 20. Let's see. Freaking maps. I'm gonna have to deal with y'all being like, how far does he get? Hold on.
Can we chase him?
I don't
If
want to
you
chase the poor werewolf.
If you shoot this werewolf in the butt, I swear.
It's her signature attack.
Wait a minute.
It's
No one
just
said it
backshot.
was a werewolf. I don't know what you guys are talking about. No one
He
said
looks
werewolf.
sad.
It talks.
He was
it
sad.
walks like a werewolf. It eats like a werewolf.
Moon
So-
painting.
He's bailing out. So that was his turn.
It was a zombie dog. I knew it.
No, I think in 5th edition, can you take your full action and move twice your distance, or is that not a thing?
Yeah, you take the
That's
dash action,
still,
so you move.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Like 4 times distance, I think.
Rule
total.
of cool. I think it does.
Yeah. So he's
He
Was
left.
his leap in action?
he was that is just part of his move. I could say he ran around quickly. Okay. But he bolted, and he's way out in the dark. So I mean, you can try and chase him, but he was booking it.
Yes, the butt
Off
shot
to sleep.
arrow is not coming.
All right, cool. Then you can
Very
all
good.
be out of initiative. I'll clear this out. So that just happened.
It's everybody okay?
I feel
Somebody
great.
got bit, right?
Nobody got
No,
bit.
Nobody got bit.
I managed to keep him from biting me.
Oh, okay. You didn't get. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
gonna
guys
go rummage
beat
through the
the
painting
loving
spot.
crap out of that. that
Poor guy.
Tola opened with like what?
Yeah,
20
Tola
points of
has
Yeah.
good luck. I think was really helping. Got like
I like the part where you're like, I don't think it'll kill you. And then Hugo's just like, I'm not too worried.
It's got that monk concentration. Okay. Like I said, that just happened. He ran off in the woods. You guys asked if everyone's okay.
Yeah.
What else? It seems quiet now. Nothing else is going on.
Is it
I'm gonna-
possible to make a connection between the painting and what happened and the fur that I sniffed? before?
I want to
I
fully
felt
walk
like
over
it-
to the painting and take a look. Sorry, go ahead. Melissa.
Like,
Oh, I was just going to say, I agree with Finn. We'd probably realize at this point that things seem a bit weird.
talking about the monster from the soldiers.
Are we sure
been
none of the
finding the
soldiers
fur.
were bit? Only claw marks?
Oh, man.
No, we
They're-
checked
they're
for bite
heading to
marks. There
town.
were no
Did
bite
we?
marks. Yes.
We
When
checked
did we
one
check-
person for bite marks, and that was the injured
Oh,
guy. I
yeah.
believe.
God,
Yeah.
did we just let a bunch of... I
Yeah,
don't know if they're
sounds like-
werewolves.
What did I say in the text chat? We'll come back and there will be like no villagers left.
That's Don Fernando's job to stop. We're out here doing
He's
doing
got
heroics.
this.
No, not
I
Don
mean-
Fernando. I like Don
Wait,
Fernando.
no, our money though. Our money. I think
An
we should go
out-of-character-
back and check.
Meltdown
If we
about
can
one
make
kid
this
dying.
This reminds me about this book I read called the Lycanthrope Plague. And, yeah, it did not end well for the characters.
Well, hopefully it ends better for y'all.
I like
So can I roll something and make a
Yeah,
connection?
whatever you guys want to do right now. I know we're coming close on the end of time, so you guys can do whatever you want to do here before we move on to this next bit. Where
I think
I
we
just-
should...
Would
I just wanna look
investigation do
around.
this?
Yeah,
And make sure there's
I
not
get-
like a dead artist body nearby.
yeah, we should do that. Secure
Okay. Do you
the
have?
perimeter.
I mean, you guys have torches, right? You guys have adventure bags. Do any of you have
Yep.
have torches?
I have like
That's
10
true.
torches strapped to my
Nice.
backpack with
Good
rope.
have torches. I hope.
I don't have a torch.
I have a torch.
I have
I'm
another-
blind
I do
as a
I do
You
have
guys,
torch.
you guys wanted maps and
Uh,
inventory checks. do
Actually,
you
I
have
also
torches?
have dark vision.
Who wanted inventory checks?
I have 10
I have a
torches.
torch. Yes.
Yes,
Okay.
I have 10
So-
torches as well.
We can do this a little more abstract if you want to roll an investigation. Whoever is going to do that, they can.
I would like to roll investigation.
I can do it as
All
well.
means,
A
Finn. Go ahead.
19.
A
Okay.
19?
Plus 1, because jack of all trades. I'm not proficient
Excellent.
fully in it.
Yeah. So you actually find a little farther out in the dark. Now that you have a torch, you can see the shredded clothes of what you. There's no one else's clothes it could be. It was Eli's clothes. So whatever that monster is, got him good. Bones and all.
We can't do any connection with the moon painting and the bird.
Yeah.
Did you
Yeah,
do you
I
tell
mean-
us, Finn?
Yeah.
I
Have
don't
you
know.
said
Well-
any?
We're either very thick or.
Well, I thought we would have
called
already got it.
Calista to me. I'll
Yeah,
call
I thought we would have
Calista.
already got it. And you guys were like, that's metagaming, is it? So at this point, so you tell me, right?
Yeah, I call you over and show you the clothes. Like I pick it up and I'll be like,
Do you think, I just want to know, do you think he knew that was going to happen when he came to our camp? Because if
Why-
so,
why
I
else
should have
would
shot
he-
him.
I want to say yes because it takes a lot of time to do a painting of the moon.
And then transform.
Yeah, like he was working on that for like at least like an hour or two before he transformed. That was pretty
They
premeditated.
should have
He
ran
might have
him
gone
down.
You might have
Maybe
gone
he
into a
didn't know.
trance.
Yeah, can I do?
I don't know what happened when somebody turns.
What would this be? Like,
What do you want
I
to
mean,
check?
he
I
looks
want to
bad.
check to
No.
see like if werewolves know when they're turning.
Well,
Maybe a
even-
wisdom check or a...
Okay,
he's been
Well-
secluding himself from the rest of the village. He's
I got a
going
nat 20.
out into the town, right?
Okay, whatever that check would be. What was the question that you were asking, Dylan?
if werewolves like know when they're turning, like they might not be aware.
You know that. Now, don't come after me, D&D historians. But you know that when you've heard of this very rare werewolf thing, a lot of times they have no clue that they're even infected.
Okay. Then I'd like to relay that to the group.
Okay, so he didn't know.
So the poor guy was chased away and infected by a werewolf. Amazing.
Or he was a werewolf and then he was chased out of the village too.
Which one feels
didn't mean
more
it.
likely?
Yeah.
He's been
Maybe the
secluding
lady
himself
knows
from the
what he
village,
is.
only coming back for rest, and
I
then
feel like
heads
we-
back out into the.
I feel like we
Maybe
owe
the
some questions
landscapes.
to the innkeep lady.
Could we
Yes.
look into his? Oh, he left his bag, right? Could we look into the bag and see all his supplies?
Yeah, I want to
and
steal anything of
paintings?
value left in his stuff.
Sure, naturally.
Well, first I want to steal his.
Yeah, that's a good
artist
question.
supplies.
What do you want to do with the stuff that was?
I want to
left there?
look. He's been painting landscapes, so he might be painting the places where he feels safe. As a word for as a. As
What are you, the freaking Witcher or something?
Maybe we
Yeah.
can find the beast's lair through.
Well,
backtracking
I
his
mean, it's a
painting.
Look at him with
possibility.
his
He's
animal
like-
handling.
I mean,
I
I don't
have
think we should
animals.
chase after him.
So you want to
I
look
mean,
at the
I don't think we
paintings?
should chase.
think
But I
it's
want
a
to look at the painting and
dangerous,
see
out of
where
control
he's
beast.
gravitating to. But yes, I
Um,
did play The Witcher, and my character was like
So this
Sherlock Holmes over here.
this case that he has, it's obviously not like his collected works because it has enough slots in it.
Mhm.
They're separated by
Mhm.
little like wooden things. So he only has like 5 or 6 paintings in there. And they are the ones that he's
Mhm.
shown you of the landscapes. The thing is, you are not familiar with the area in general very well, but they are they're just landscapes, hills, trees, and then that one portrait of whoever that person was. That portrait of I think that you deduced that it was just. Oh, he said it was a merchant, right? It was a merchant standing outside of his cart.
I think we
Mr.
should go back to the
Merchant.
town.
I
hold on.
agree with Talissa. I'm also just gonna make a morbid comment that maybe he painted one of his victims before he killed them too.
What the heck?
It's
No,
possible.
I think we should
has a fair
keep the
point.
bag, but we need to get that painting.
Why? Why does the painting matter as much now?
We don't really know where the painting is, do we? Just that we were investigating these 2 roads to kind of get some clues.
Why would we go after a painting when there's a village that's maybe being killed by werewolves right now?
And the two soldiers that were injured. We don't
God,
know if anybody
I
else
thought
is.
me and Finn didn't have morals.
I would like to throw out,
I
if
mean-
we've got these landscapes, maybe we could take them back to the town and maybe ask like Don Fernando or the innkeep if
They may recognize
these
them, yeah.
locations. Yeah.
Yeah, we're not
that might be a
far out
better
right
thing.
now, because let's just go make sure they're
Like
not
a
all
day's worth of
dying.
travel-ish, right?
Yeah, you've been.
Well, we
it's
took a
been
wrong
about
port.
Yeah, you did. It's been about a day. I will say it's been about a day of travel. So getting back to town, it would put you right before nightfall. It would still be light out, but it would be like if you left in the morning, it would take you until
All day
it would take you
Makes
all day.
sense.
I think we should start walking now.
in the dark
Probably wait till morning, right?
with a werewolf out there.
Aren't you the one who was most upset about being woken up?
Yeah, but I didn't know it was with a bunch of cowards.
I'll just do whatever Talisa
Hey.
does.
I grab my great axe and think about it, and I just put it back down.
I
You
start
grab your
playing
butt.
with my daggers. Yeah.
So it is. You see, there's kind of the rosy finger of dawn starting to creep above the tops of some of the hills around you. You guys, whatever watch you were on, however long you were sleeping, it crept closer to morning. And after all this ordeal and you guys talking and the adrenaline, morning's starting to come, and you hear a very loud bang, like a ground shaking sort of bang, and a scream north of where you are, and that's where we're going to stop with that. So morning's coming on, and
man.
some kind of loud bang, and someone screaming out for help.
We are in a war zone.
Yeah,
God, also,
this is a very busy area.
can I just
This
ask?
place is going to the dogs. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna ask if your daggers or axe have hit anyone yet.
Yeah, I hit somebody
Yes.
at like
God.
14. Yeah,
Just
I hit
wondering,
the
just
wound.
wondering, just
Very
wondering.
hostile.
Okay.
Just
Next
wondering.
episode, he actually
Incredible.
did some damage.
I
I
Pretty
said-
sure he almost cleaved the werewolf in half with that
Did you?
great axe.
Yeah, I mean, he did almost as much damage as I did.
I tried.
Not everybody can shoot them in the back, you know.
Yeah.
From a
Listen,
distance.
I said the
From a
session
distance.
is done, so we are out of the fiction.
Okay.
Okay.
But we want
We just
to know
argue for the
more.
rest of the night.
We open up on an entire brawl.
Yeah, I mean, is there any?
Alright.
I think by the next time, last time we didn't talk about it, but level up your characters again. We can do it together, or I just think it's more efficient to do it off camera because
Yeah.
so it
Yeah.
doesn't take up time doing it.
And
But
bring some surprises into the campaign too.
Can I ask a question, like for real, not me harassing people? What direction was the scream in? Was it towards the way we were coming, or the other way?
He said
Um,
north of us. I think he said
it's
north
far.
of us.
It is.
North,
It's farther
north.
on. It's farther on.
Okay. And what kind of? Can I ask what kind of
They
scream it
can
was?
choose.
Like a
Was it a
blood,
lady?
like a blood curdling scream.
Yeah, but was it a lady scream?
No, it didn't
Weird.
sound like
Weird
Phoenix. It was.
We- No, is it a lady? Then Finn will maybe go. But if it doesn't, we could go back to the village.
So yeah,
a
there's
very bardic thing to do.
that was the last thing all your characters hear, and then
Yeah.
when we start next time, it'll be right from that point, so you guys can decide.
Party splits. Just kidding.
I'm a berserker
Okay.
now.
No, that's good.
All right. Does anyone have any table questions or anything else before we jump off here a little early?
No, this is
No, we're
great.
All right, cool.
Well, I guess one question: did we take enough rest to like heal up our points and get our spells back? Because
No.
or
I did.
no,
Well,
somebody
maybe I.
slept through the night, and then the other people just.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would say a short rest. I don't know what a short rest does for y'all, but it definitely was not. That was a very eventful evening. So no one was able to get a full night's sleep for
Okay.
that.
Short rest should
Running
work
ragged.
for all of
Got
us.
it.
Steven, you're a warlock. Don't you get your spell slots back on short rest, or is that at a higher level?
I think it's at a higher level, but
Okay, I was just wondering. I think you're the only one who actually used an expendable on this.
yeah.
Yeah,
This is true.
I
That's
need
fine, I'll
a
keep
short
going.
rest to recover my key.
But we
So
wouldn't sit there when there's someone screaming. We wouldn't sit there for a long rest though. There's no way.
Yeah.
I mean, that's I guess that's up to you guys next time. You're like, we'll get to that, but we need to take a nap.
We'll see how moral we are, really.
All right, yeah, and I think on D&D Beyond there's like a short rest button or something.
Yeah, there is.
you
Yeah.
can do.
You got short rest and long rest, so I'm
All
just
right.
gonna roll that. A little bit.
All right, cool.
Thank you,
Thanks so
Caleb.
much,
Really
everyone. Thank you
appreciate it.
so